What's good is your boy Addy, and I'm going to do a reaction to the Camron and J. Cole situation. If you don't know what's going on, you have Camron, a hip hop legend, someone who's been in the game for a long time, sue J. Cole because Camron did it a favor for J. Cole. I want to say he did like a verse for him, and then J. Cole promised to do an interview for Camron. Guess what happened? Life happens. Things happen. J. Cole continued to give Camron the runaround, so Camron ended up suing him. Well, the lawsuit got dropped, and J. Cole ended up doing the interview, but he explains what happened, why he didn't meet the certain deadline that they both expected. So this video, I'm gonna do a reaction to it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ade, auditor for over 20 years. So I've been in the office environment for the last 20 years. And I also used to work at UPS that had to deal with deadlines and goals and things of that nature. So I'm going to be able to explain to you guys where J. Cole messed up, where Camron was right or wrong. But I am going to react and just see how it relates to you and just everyday life, because we look at these guys as rappers, but in reality, they're just human beings just like us. A lot of people miss deadlines. I don't care if you're a content creator, YouTuber, office employee, contractor, wherever you do in life, you have some sort of deadline and date that you have to maintain. So I'm gonna give you guys tips on how to not miss your deadlines and not end up like J. Cole and Camron situation. So this is a good learning lesson. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'm taking real world perspectives, real world issues, and I'm gonna show you how it relates to you. So let's go.
The song was probably gonna come out in like a few months or something. But my process is like, clearly it took me 10 years on this album. So my process is so much that it's like that song didn't drop till 2 years later, a year and a half, whatever it was. So the song dropped, boom, boom. I give you very short notice that the song is gonna drop, you know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, you still cool with us putting this out? You're like, cool, no problem, boom, boom, boom. So when it's time to do the paperwork, now I've learned my lesson. You also taught me a good lesson, and I do appreciate that. Because industry standard is like, if somebody do a verse for you, or they produce for you, how we move, we so last minute, and in the game, it's like standard to be like, we'll work it out after.
Right.
Because everybody moves like understanding industry standard. Like, okay, he might ask for 20%,
right,
when normally it's 15, no problem. But he ain't gonna come and ask for 70%. Like,
right.
So we'll handle it after, boom, boom. So the lawyer came back on our side, I don't know, a month later, after they trying to figure the paperwork out, after
right.
Mike Delete Later drop.
Right.
They're like, yo, did you tell Cam you'll do a swap for an interview? Boom, boom. I was like, no. First, no. I told him I'd do an interview, and I will. I still got a plan to do an interview for him.
Right.
But I ain't say it was a swap. Like,
right.
It wasn't a swap. It wasn't a verse for an interview. Like, I'm gonna go do Cam.
Right.
But it's not based on
the verse.
The verse, right?
Gotcha.
So they come back with some.
So that right there is the first mistake, and probably the first mistake on Camron's part. It has to be clear, open communication. And even contracts in this industry, if you do something for somebody, they're going to expect you to do something for them back. That's just life. I don't care if you give somebody money. I don't care if you help somebody move. If you do something for someone, they might not verbally say it, but they expect for that favor to be done back. And I don't care what it is in life. A lot of people do things for free and for charity, but when money's involved, when time is involved, 90% of the time, that person is going to want a favor back. So if I help you move, when it's time for me to move, I need that same type of help.
Crazy number, like, all right, he want 300,000, some number where I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, shit is going on. And then right after that was the Kendrick and Drake shit.
Right.
So much shit has happened in my life. That's not necessarily a priority for me.
Right.
Meanwhile, you hitting me around that same time, like, yo, bro, is it, like, what you think about doing an interview? Right. I'm like, Cam, I would love to do an interview. I fuck with your platform.
Right.
I would love to do an interview with you. Let me get this album out.
Right.
Now, here's where I fucked up. And if I go back, I'll start doing shit differently.
Right.
Like, I was telling you when I thought I'd be done with the album.
Right.
So I'd be like, if at this time it's April or May, I'd be like, you'd be like, cool, just let me know I'm starting this thing, you hadn't even started this yet.
Right.
I damn near maybe it was gonna be your first guest or some shit.
And that's exactly what it was gonna be.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. So
and that's where communication on both of their parts. J. Cole communicated that give me some time. But in all reality, and I feel like Cameron should have understood this, that, hey, Cameron, I want to do the interview, but I want to drop my album out first, so it kind of ties in at the same time. Cameron explained to him saying, hey, yo, bro, I'm starting this show. I want you to be my first interview. So communication on both sides is key.
So what I was telling you was, man, I think I had this shit done by September. And I mind you, when I'm saying that, I'm confident in it too, damn near. I'm like, yeah, I should be done by September. I've done this before.
Right.
But
sometimes too, it's better to say, yo, I don't know when I could do it. I'm going to do it, but I don't know when. Not, hey, I should be ready by September, because you never know. You could get sick. So, hey, Cameron, I want to do this interview. When I drop my album, you'll be one of the first 5 platforms that I do an interview with. But I have to drop my album out first. And I think Cameron will understood that.
I ain't know that I had to get, I had to get my hair right. I had to get my energy right. And it took me a lot of elements, made it so that by the time September crept up, I had you on my mind the whole summer.
Right.
I'm like, fuck, I told Cam September I'll probably be done. I'm knowing, and this nigga, yo, you don't play about your business, and I really respect it.
I appreciate it.
September 1st at motherfucking 9 a.m. This nigga Cam was on my line like, hey, what's up, bro? Like that's why it's like I see how you built such a successful business.
I appreciate that.
Every time I gave you a date,
right.
I don't know if you got a assistant, a schedule, if that shit is up here.
Right.
Every time I gave you a date, you was on me on that date. Right. So the first time you hit me September, and I'm like, fuck, I got to tell Cam it's not September.
Right.
As an auditor, we're all about dates. And the reason why we're all about dates, because audit reports are due by a certain time. So I'm real keen on dates. And Cameron didn't do anything special. When somebody tells me, oh, all right, let me give you an example from my world. If I have an audit report that's due March 28th, March 21st, I put an alert on my calendar. That's literally all you have to do in order to maintain dates. If somebody tells you to do something, put a date on it and put it in your calendar. We all have smartphones. Use your calendar. I look at my calendar every single day, personally and for work. So what I do is if I have an audit report that's due March 28th, I go ahead and put it on my calendar. March 21st. This is due on the 28th. I'll put multiple calendar alerts to make sure that I capture that date. And that's probably what Cameron does is J. Cole says September 1, I'm going to go ahead and have this ready for you. He put it in his calendar. So he's not thinking about all the dates that he has. He's just saying, all right, he put it in his calendar and got the alert. Literally, that's all he had to do. That's all he probably did.
Cam, it's not September, boom, boom. Like,
Right.
I'm not there yet, boom, boom. I think it'll be realistically March or whatever I say, right? I give you another date.
Right.
Everything's cool. You cool about it. You're not tripping at all. You like, cool, just let me know, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
You double back around March or whenever the next thing is.
Whenever you told me to hit you back, I was
every
thinking
time you double back, but the next time you double back, I also wasn't ready.
Right.
And mind you, the whole time, you don't know this, but I was telling you the other day, it's like, every time I had you on my mind, like, fuck, like I'm behind schedule.
Right.
But somewhere in my thoughts, I'm thinking about you because I'm like, yo, I told Cam I'll be done by such and such.
Just real quick, right? Me being on your mind is pause.
Yeah, that's a pause.
Let's just.
That's my first
pause.
That's a pause.
Because you said it like 3 times. I'm gonna let it slide. But like, I don't want to be on your mind that much, man. So I just want to get that out the way real quick. But go ahead, my bad. I don't want to interrupt the story. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. So we're in March.
Now we're in March or wherever.
So this is where J. Cole messed up. Somebody's on your mind. You're thinking about the days that you missed, the deadlines you missed. The best thing to do is clear and open communication ASAP. The earlier you tell somebody something, the better. So like I said, I'm gonna bring it back to myself. As an auditor, I have audit reports. Sometimes I have to gather information. And by me gathering that information, I'm waiting on a particular source to give me that information. Sometimes you have attorneys, plan administrators, actuaries, people in that field that I'm gathering information from. they take their time giving me that information. So what I'll have to do is I'll let my supervisor know early, like, hey, my deadline, my audit report might be pushed back because I am having problems gathering information, or this is coming up. Same thing with J. Cole. Let Cameron know earlier, like, yo, bro, I'm having these type of issues. This is happening. This is happening. If you let somebody know early and often, we're to the point where you let people know and you communicate so much, so early that they get annoyed. Same thing with me with work. I let my supervisor know, like, hey, I'm having this issue. My audit report may be pushed back. So I'm just letting you guys know. If you communicate things early and often, you won't have this problem.
Whatever the date is, now you follow up again.
Right.
Now I got to hit you with the news again, right?
Right.
and I think this time is when you hit me. I could feel, no, this time when you hit me, I damn near didn't even want to text you because I'm like, I can't text him the same thing I text him. Let me call him.
Right.
So this is when I called you. Right. I don't know if you remember this, but I called you. I'm like, yo, let me just call him. And
that's where the communication comes in. Call first, text later. I always tell people, get on the phone.
Called you when we got on the phone, and I hit you now verbally with the same thing I hit you with on text. I felt the Harlem come out damn near. You know what I mean? Where you was like, yo, I understand what you're saying, but like, let me tell you how I'm feeling. Like when you asked me to do something, I showed right up and I did it and I knocked it out. Now when I'm asking you to do something, it's like, you gotta, now it's all of this time and boom, boom. It's like, yo, I'm not understanding, which I felt your energy. I had to go, whoa, Cam.
And as an artist, Cameron understands the music business and things that happen. But J. Cole should have called him earlier, called him first, instead of sending him a text message. Now he feels like he's getting a runaround.
Right. Like, I feel like, you know, I'm sensing your energy and I'm realizing like, we don't even really know each other like that.
Yeah.
I respect you. I got a lot of love for you. And I'm assuming you respect me, got a lot of love, but we don't really know each other. So I feel like you may think that I'm trying to give you the runaround or play with you or boom, boom, boom. And it's not like that. Nigga, if you only knew how many people that you know, are I've maybe done the same thing to, and it's not, and that's when I explained to you, like, yo, I don't move like that. Like, I'm not just jumping out to do an interview for it's like, yo, I want to talk about the music and anything else that comes around the music, cool. But it's like, I don't have nothing, especially at that time. I'll jump on an interview. What do niggas want to hear about at that time? It's like, man, no, my mind is on trying to finish this shit I've been working on for so long. I explained that to you. You said, cool. You know, the conversation was great. You know what I mean? We had a real conversation, and then I gave you another date.
Right.
And this last date I gave you was probably like June of last year or whenever it was.
Right.
And I remember because we started mixing the album for real a little around the time after I talked to you. We started mixing in tape. Right. We never mixed in tape before. We mixed in tape because you know, we listened to a lot of Mobb Deep along the way.
I was about to say you took it back to real.
Yes, we took it to real me, because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to tell this nigga. And what I tried to do on this last text with you was to say, like, Cam, let's not do it like this no more. Let me just tell you, this album is coming out, but me, because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to tell this nigga it changed.
Right.
So now by the time you hitting me in June on this last time, now I get, and this is where I understand and I get it.
Right.
You hit me again and you like, hey bro, like, you know, what's good? I'm checking back in June 1st, like you told me or whatever, like, like what's good? And now I got to hit you with the heartbreaking text for me.
Those dates matter. Dates matter. Dates matter. That's it. We all know this.
Because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to tell this nigga. And what I tried to do on this last text with you was to say, like, Cam, let's not do it like this no more. Let me just tell you, this album is coming out, but let me just hit you. You the first person I'm coming to see. Everybody on my team been knew that.
Right.
So let me just hit you as soon as I'm done for real. Right. And then you the first person I'm coming to see. Right. Your text back was like, yo, respectfully, like you've been telling me for a long time you was gonna do this. So like, if you can't make it happen in the next 2-3 weeks, like, yo, let's not even worry about it. And I was like, yo, I definitely can't do the next 2-3 weeks. And you was like, cool. So then this the other last part. I know it's a long story.
No. Take your time. No.
Cameron was lining them up. After that, Cameron knew exactly what he was doing. When he's at the cool, all right, I got you.
No, I'm glad you're so in depth.
Yes.
Like I said, listen, J. Cole fan. I'm one of the J. Cole fans.
I appreciate it.
Cam, you're lying. Cole, don't do this.
Yeah.
And it's nothing personal. It's nothing, but this is just his process. So I'm glad you're being this detailed about it.
For sure.
For me.
Yes.
Boy, thank you.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah.
So now, and mind you, even when you sent me that text, this is the crazy part. Even when you sent me that text, like, yo, don't even worry about it. In my mind, I know, oh, Cam fed up with me. But Cam don't know my plan is to still, you didn't know this, but he knew and everybody on my team knew, like, Cam, like he kind of done with me, but he don't know as soon as my album drop, I'm still coming to see him first. Because I told him I'd come to his show. You know what I mean? Like, so that was still my plan. So the last wild thing that happened to me, to answer your original question, which was how did I feel? About a month before I'm not even gonna say this, around like August, September, or whatever the date was in the fall, I got a random text from you. And it was like some like DocuSign thing that you was telling somebody like, yo, I think you sent the wrong one or something like that. I'm thinking somebody hacked your phone.
I remember.
I'm thinking somebody, because you know people be playing on phones and trying to hack. So I'm like, yo, bro, you good? I hit you damn near back in at least 10, 15 minutes, like, yo, you good? And then you was like, oh, no, my fault, wrong text, like wrong person. I'm like, all right, hope you good. And then you hit me like, yo, everything good. So in my mind, I'm like, you know, we still good, and I still got plans in my mind to hit you. So then a month later or 3 weeks later.
Plans in my mind to hit you, instead of just verbally saying, yo, bro, I'm dropping the album. I'm going to do an interview when I finish my album. Makes so much better sense. Nobody could read your mind.
When a lawsuit come out, I'm like, come on, Cam. And only because it was like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, you really could have hit me. Like, although it was taking a long time, I don't give a fuck if you would have called me and been like, yo, nigga, what the, like you could have screamed on me. We could have argued, boom, boom. I would have preferred that than the other way. Cause I was just like, damn, Cam, it never got to that point where you couldn't like holler at me or whatever. So my first thing was disappointment. But then I was like, and my first thought was like, fuck it then. Like this nigga ain't even know I was still gonna come to his show. Like my first gut reaction, like, damn, and it's like misinformation, you know what I mean? Like
a lot of relationships end like that. A lot of business isn't done because of ego, because someone feels slighted. And it takes a lot of heart to kind of get over feeling slighted. But in business, sometimes you just gotta suck it up, or you gotta like just put your ego to the side and say, you know what, I'm still do this. Shout out to J. Cole, because that's exactly what he did. He's doing an interview now.
Within the lawsuit itself, and you know the internet running with it, people hit me like, yo, what's going on with the Cam shit? Boom, boom. So like my ego reaction is like, all right, quietly, I'm like, man, fuck this nigga, boom, boom. But quickly, I'm like, but nah, like, I get it though. Let me put myself in his shoes. Like, yo, the nigga feel like
I love the self-reflection.
He was getting the runaround. You know what I mean? He don't know you for real. He don't know your heart for real. He think you trying to play. And Cam mind is probably like, I seen this movie before. You don't fuck with me. You don't want to do the favor. You trying to drag me out until I don't want to do it no more. All right, nigga, bet. And I got one in the chamber. I never signed that paperwork for that fucking, for that verse. So here you go, boom, just to like hit me in the rib. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, cool. Like, and even when I took that and understood that and accepted that, I still said in my mind, I was like, yo, I'm gonna still go see Cam.
And that's what you called and said. You said, regardless if you still want to sue me or anything else, I'm still, and which of course, it was never gonna go nowhere. But for me, it was more like, I need to get this nigga attention, because I'm not gonna call on bark on you. We had a cool relationship. We never been there. It ain't like we've been to club together. We don't know each other to scream and yell at each other, no shit like that. So I just took it more of like, to me, when I looked at it and I looked at the time, like, and you did a great job explaining. I just looked at the years, because it was turning into years. And I'm like, yo, and you made a great point too. You didn't look at it as a swap, and we come from two different, I'm a little before you. So the way I used to look at it, or not niggas in my generation, and be like, yo, I did this for you. I need you to do this for me. That's how I looked at it, even though you're explaining that's how you never looked at it, because you offered to pay me. I'm not charging you. I tell niggas no all the time. I don't like niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like a lot of people, especially rappers. I don't even like, you're great lyricists. Like I said, you, like not just for your generation, period. So I'm like, let me get a verse. Came and take me this. Matter of fact, fuck the verse. Let me get the interview. Yo, pardon me. And then That's when all that shit came out at the same time. So
right.
More of the story is I get it, and thank you for being here, bro. And
thank you for having me.
That shit was never gonna go nowhere for the lawsuit anyway. It's just like I need to get this nigga attention, because I did feel like I did a couple things for you like that, because I respect your craft and what you do.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So
nah, and I appreciate you.
I'm glad we here, man.
Me too, man.
I'm glad we here, bro. And like I said, that shit wasn't never about nothing. It's more like, yo, bro, I did this shit for the nigga, but at the end of the day, your process, like you explained to me, is your process. Let's get on to some better shit.
And there you go, folks. Like, I love this right here. This is real world, real life situations that's happening in real time for two artists that I love and respect right here. And they was both able to handle it in a mature, professional way. You gotta think, in the 90s, they used to fight. People used to get jumped. Camron sent them the lawsuit to get his attention, and it actually worked out better for Camron, because this, I feel like if he would have just did the regular interview, I don't think it would be as big as it is now. Like, the interview is going crazy, it's going viral for the lawsuit. So I do want to say this: never let your ego get in the way. And what I mean by that is, Camron has a bigger interview because of the lawsuit, and J. Cole has a bigger interview because of the lawsuit. These are two men who had differences, who could let their egos get the best of them, but they chose not to and still continue to do the interview. And now the interview is bigger than it would have been. So, shout out to both artists. Deadlines are important. Keeping your date is important, but you know what's more important? It's communication. Clear, open, honest communication is what's going to set you apart, so you don't have this issue. Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Also, too, if you're still here, subscribe to the channel, because I'm taking these situations that's happening in real life and I'm breaking it down to how it relates to you and your professional development career and your journey. I'm not doing the same old professional development training that other people do. No, we're using real world perspectives, real world situations that's happening right now. Subscribe to the channel, share this page out. Let's continue to grow. Peace out.